Okay, my friends, one more time. We're going to do more practice with slope on graphs. I'm going to go over a few key points here one more time, but the expectation is that you do everything that I'm talking about today, okay? What is the first thing you want to say to yourself or ask yourself when you look at a graph? Hopefully you remember, is it negative or positive? If you take your finger to the left side and take your finger and go follow the line. If your finger goes down, then it's negative. If you take your finger on the left side of the graph and you follow that line, if your finger goes up, then it's positive. That's the easiest way I can tell you to know the difference. So this one is negative. So the first thing I'm going to do is put that negative sign out there. Okay? The next thing I'm going to do is do rise over run. And yes, the expectation is that everybody write that today, please. Okay? Now, this is the last time you're going to have these wonderful little dots on here. You're going to have to be able to do that on your own from here on out. And this is the last time you'll see intervals of ones when you are doing slope. For the most part, you will not be having intervals of 1 in 8th grade. So remember, you're always needing to check what is the intervals, or what is each line worth as you count. Okay? And so we're going to draw our triangle. Some of you don't like drawing your triangle. I am asking you today to please draw your triangle, whether you like to or not. We always draw up first and then over. Okay? And if you can build that habit, you will always follow the pattern rise over run. So I'm going to count rise, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm going to put my 4 there, and then I'm going to count my run. And remember, you don't start counting till you pick up your pencil. 1, 2, 3. So I have negative 4 over 3. And whether you think you know it or not, I am asking, please, 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 for you to go to your calculator every time and put in negative 4 divided by 3, hit that math, enter, enter, and you're either going to get that simplified fraction, and that's how we want you to leave it, or the whole number, or you're going to get the same thing back. Any three of those is an acceptable answer, not simplified. Decimal, those things are not acceptable, so please do that. It takes 2 seconds. You have a calculator to do it for you now, so please do that. I understand it was rough before, but now you got a calculator that'll do that for you. So those are the expectations for today. All of these things be on here, and that you simplify it. If it's the same, then you just leave it. If it's not, then you're going to write equals to whatever it is, whether it's a whole number or a simplified fraction. Now, let's look at the back. Finding slope, formula method. Now, I'm going to say this one more time. You need to go to your formula chart, which for you is in purple. Okay? You need to find the slope formula on your formula chart today. I'm not going to write it on here. All right? So please go to your formula chart and find it. And write your formula nice and big right up here so you don't forget it. It's on that purple chart. So as you guys are working today, I should see that purple chart, because you're going to get that out and you're going to find where it is on your purple chart. It'll say slope, m equals, okay? And so you are going to write that formula right here. Remember, when you're doing these, to identify your x's and your y's, remember that on a coordinate point, your x is first and your y is second. And the last thing I'll say is, for you to be successful, please put your line here, put your subtract sign and your subtract sign, so that when you put your numbers on here, it's not a matter of, if it's -1, you just write -1. If it's -3, you just write -3. You don't pay attention to these signs until you are doing your calculations. And then you are going to put these in as your subtract sign, and then if you have these, you'll use those as negative signs. Okay, remember to simplify. So once you get your answer, you are going to do the same thing as on the front. You're going to divide that fraction and hit math, enter, enter, and you will be successful. This is the last time we're practicing it in this format, so please, please, please follow all the steps, be careful, and I know that you can do this and be successful. All right? So I will have a great day and get your work done.